Hi everyone, and welcome to a strong leg class. In this class, I'll be showing you a series of poses and exercises to strengthen your legs and your lower body. We'll be starting with some warm-up exercises, but if you want to skip ahead, feel free to do so. When you're ready, grab your mat and let's begin. All right, so we'll be warming up standing. Start with the ankles. So just step your right foot back behind you and then do circles with your foot, pressing the foot on the ground. You want to feel even all the toes are warming up and moving. Do 10 circles in one direction. That's 10, and then circle the other way. And because one foot is behind the other leg, it might be subtle, but you're also using the other leg because you're balancing. So you're also warming up the hip in the other leg. For some of us it's very easy, but some students sometimes get really wobbly. All right, bring the right foot forward and then step the left foot back and then big circles. Trying to crush the toes, get all the toes involved, get all the bones in the foot to move. The feet is the number one part of the body with the most amount of bones. It's got 25% of all your bones. Circle the other way. 25% just in the feet. So you got to keep moving it and not let it get stiff. Okay. Bring the foot back, feet hip width, keep your arms loose and then circle the hips. Trying to keep the head in the middle and trying to get the hips to circle around the center, which is the head. So head and feet are on the same line. Sometimes people circle the upper body instead of focusing on the hips. Keep your legs straight. Notice if one part of that circle is a bit more stiff, you can slow it down and focus on it a little bit more. Okay, that's 10. Circle the other way. Let your arms do whatever they want. Keep them relaxed. And that's 10. Beautiful. Bring the feet together. Bring the hands just on top, just above the knees, and press the knees together. Elbows are wide. Bend the legs a little bit and then circle. And then straighten and then bend and circle. Let's go for 10. You can start slow and then you can go deeper into your bend. You can circle wider. And maybe the knees are cracking a bit, that's alright. Moving them in a really safe and healthy way. And then go the other way around. And 10. And come back. Beautiful. Now we're going to work the hips in a different way. This is going to be a bit challenging if you've never done it. So bring your hands at your hip height, hands apart, balance on your left leg, and then we're going to double tap the hands. So make a circle with your knee, your right knee, and double tap. Tap the hands. So the hands are not moving, the hands are not slapping the knee, it's the knee that's going to the hands. Try not to put the foot down in between each rep. Keep your balance. So of course we're working the right hip, but we're balancing on our left leg. So the left leg is worked as well. Now circle the other way. If you get good at it, you can go harder, wider circles, and you can go faster. And last one. Beautiful. Feel your right hip. Feel the difference. This is really good. You can even go up to 20 reps in each direction if you really want to focus on the hips. All right, hands at hip height, and we double tap, circle, 2, 3. And then circle the other way. And that's 10. This exercise, if you have one hip that feels way stiffer or one side where you struggle with your balance way more, pause the video, repeat it please on your weaker side. That's how you're gonna rebalance the hips and also rebalance your energy and your awareness. Okay, because some of us are so comfortable on one foot and then really wobbly on the other. So this is good, very safe exercise to bring a lot of blood into the hips, open up the joint, lubricate the joint before we go into any asanas, any poses. Okay, so that's our little warm-up. We're gonna start by doing some squats, but we do it the therapy way. So we inhale, so feet are hip width, yeah? Inhale up with the arms and then go onto your toes, and then exhale, drop down, stay on your toes, heels off the ground, and you're trying to keep your back straight, chest up. So try not to lean forward. Okay, come up, inhale, on your tippy toes, and then drop, exhale. And we go for 10. Keep your back straight. Keep your chest up. Heels off the ground. Get 3 more. And last one. And come back up. So a little bit more dynamic and involving balance a little bit more than just normal traditional squats where your whole foot is on the ground, yeah? Going on your tippy toes will force you to engage your ankles and engage your legs in a different way. So just 10 to get the breath going and to warm up. And then we move on to warrior 1. So step your right foot forward, left foot back, and you want to face the hips forward. Bend the front leg, and you want the knee to be stacked on top of your ankle. Take the arms up, and we breathe here, holding. So each pose, we're trying to hold it for about 10 breaths. Keep your back leg engaged. When you feel more comfortable and you feel like the hips are starting to open, you can go a bit deeper into your warrior. You can bend the front leg a little bit more. And then we do twisting warrior. So right hand on the right leg, twist and bring that left elbow across and bring the hands together. So what you're trying to do is to press the hands down so that they're in line with the center of your chest. Keep the back foot down. Don't let the little toe lift. Keep pressing the hands together. Maybe you can get the knee and the armpit to meet. And that's your goal. Okay, come back up. Step forward. Arms down by your sides. Eyes closed. Just give it a second. All right, let's do the other side. Step the right foot back. Bend the front leg. Arms up. Trying to get the front knee above your ankle. Keeping the back leg engaged. Keeping it as straight as possible. And then let the hips open. Let the arms float up. Trying to keep the front knee in line with the foot. Don't let it fall out or in. And then twist. So left hand on the left leg, and then bring the elbow across as far as you can, and then press the hands together. Keep that back foot down. Keep it planted, keep it grounded. And remember, you're trying to bring the hands to the center of your chest. If you've got a good balance, you can look up to the ceiling. And slowly come back up and forward. Relax the arms down. Catch your breath. Eyes closed, palms facing forward. Okay, we switch leg, so bring the left foot back again, and this time we're gonna do warrior two. We're gonna do 3 poses in a row. So this one you're really gonna feel in the leg, but trying to stick with it. If it's too much for you, feel free to come out of it, straighten your leg, and then whenever you're ready, after a few breaths, go back into it and trying to follow the next pose and the next pose. Just do your best and try to breathe, especially when it becomes difficult. Okay, so we bend the front leg. This time the hips are facing to the side. So tuck the tailbone under, don't let your bum stick out. Lower back is flat, arms out, reaching away from each other. And then you're still trying to get that front knee down and forward, and then trying to get it above your ankle. So ideally what you're looking for here is a right angle on the front leg, on the front knee. Bring all your attention to the middle finger. Look at the middle finger, look at the nail on your middle finger. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep reaching the arms away from each other. And keep pressing the feet down as if you were trying to spread your mat. Okay, we keep the same thing with the legs. We just twist the arms. So try not to let the back foot lift. Trying to keep that front leg bent. Keep reaching the arms away from each other. Okay, and then come back to the front and bring your belly against your thigh. Just catch your breath here for 2 seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the arms forward and lift our belly just off the thigh and keep that pose for 10 breaths. Okay, so arms forward, straighten the arms as much as you can, lift the belly off the thigh, keep the front leg bent, and we hold. Keep lengthening the arms. Keep your back leg engaged. And come up and step forward. Ooh, relax the arms, eyes closed, give it a few seconds. Should feel that right leg burning now. So these poses are quite easy, but once you combine them together and once you start to hold them for more than 10 breaths or 30 seconds each, you can really feel it. All right, let's do the other side. So I'll bring the right foot back, sorry. And we start in Warrior 2. So back foot is at an angle. Front knee goes and stacks above the front ankle. Take the arms out. Don't let the bum stick out. Tuck the tailbone under. Lower back is straight. All these little details you need to focus on. If you're not used to doing this pose, it's a little bit overwhelming, but keep trying. And then when you put it all together, you can really feel the legs and the hips starting to open, the legs starting to engage, and the upper body starting to relax. So it shouldn't be an effort to lengthen and have the arms up. Just a few more breaths. Maybe the hips are opening up a bit, so you can go a little bit deeper. Okay, next breath out, we twist. Keep that back foot down. Keep lengthening the arms away from each other and don't let that front leg straighten. And then come forward, bring the hands down, belly is resting just for 2 breaths on the thigh. We're getting ready for that last pose. Take the arms forward and up, and then lift the belly off the thigh and hold. Keep lengthening the arms, keep your back leg engaged. If you're starting to shake, it's all right. Keep it. Keep breathing. And then come up and step forward and relax the arms by your sides. Alright, if you need more rest, you can pause the video for a few seconds. We're going to move on with a little sequence that they use in Bikram yoga, where we do 3 different leg poses, leg exercise in a row. Okay, so very similar to each other. First one is pretty simple, and then it gets a little bit more challenging. So feel free to stick to the first variation if the next 2 are too difficult. So bring your feet hip width. Take the arms forward, straight arms, palms facing down. and then we just squat down. So trying to get your thighs parallel to the ground. Keep your chest nice and open, keep your back straight, and hold. And then come up. Okay, big breath in. We're gonna go on the toes, lift the heels up, trying to keep the heels as high as possible off the ground. And we go into the same pose. Bend the legs and hold. So the heels might wanna drop, keep them up. The legs are shaking, that's okay. Don't tense the shoulders. And come up. And drop the heels, drop the arms. Okay, give the arms and the legs a little shake. And then we do the last one, where we're gonna this time bring the toes in, push the heels out a little bit. We're gonna go on the toes, same thing, and then go down into the squat. So arms forward. If you need a break, pause the video. Otherwise, let's go for it. Lift the heels up, heels out, toes in. Knees come together as you squat down. Knees touching, squeezing together. Keep the heels up. Keep the back straight. Keep the chest open. And breathe. And then come up, breathe in, and exhale, relax the arms. Again, give a little shake. Okay. And the last sequence, this is taken from another type of yoga called shadow yoga, which is really strongly focusing on the lower body. And so we're just gonna do 3 poses. Well, 2 poses from shadow yoga, and then do an asana. So what you do, you have your feet hip width, and you're gonna take your toes out. So start with one foot and then do the other foot. So you're trying to form that one straight line with your feet. If you're losing balance and the toes have to be a little bit forward, that's fine. But eventually what you want to do is have the feet hip width, so feet are not together, and then have the feet forming one straight line. Okay, we just hold that. Hands together, or if it's easier, arms out. Bend the legs slightly, tuck the tailbone, and hold. Chest is expanding. Feel the hips opening up. And all the little adjustments you're doing to avoid the fall is a good thing. Every adjustment is good. It's strengthening your tendons. It's opening up your hips, your knees, your sacrum. Okay, next pose, what we're gonna do is bend forward. And if you're already struggling, option 1 is to just bring the hands down here and hold this. Otherwise, trying to bring your belly down more and then go around with the arms and bring the hands flat behind you. So tips of the fingers touching and then holding this. So keep the bum up and then separate the elbows wide, bring the elbows closer to the ground. Okay, slowly come up and then push the heels back so your feet are parallel again. Eyes closed, relax the arms down by your sides, palms facing forward. Breathe. Okay, so now on to the last pose. So if you were struggling to bring the hands behind, you can either keep them forward or you can bring them off to the sides. But what we're trying to do in that previous pose is to open up the hips, get the legs to work, get the legs to engage so that you feel more grounded. And also, if you do get the arms behind you, you'll feel your upper back open. So we're getting rid of the tension that sits in your upper body and bring it down, bring that energy down. Okay, so the last pose is called goddess pose, which is very similar, same feet position. We're just gonna have the legs wider. So step sideways onto your mat, and you want your feet about almost double shoulder width. Now, if that's too wide for you, just go shoulder width, but the wider the belly. So same thing, you want the feet to be on one straight line. And if you need to be holding something like a chair or be close to the wall for that pose, please do so. Okay, you don't need to every time fall back and get a big scare. Just grab something nearby you, a wall, a chair, a table. Okay, so we squat down and then we take the arms out to the side. I'll give you the option also, you can bring the hands together here. I like the arms out, so I get this feeling of upper body expansion as my lower body is contracting. Keep trying to squat down, lower and lower. Feel the hips opening up. Feel the power in the legs. Strong legs. Keep reaching the arms out. Two more breaths. Trying to go a bit lower. And slowly up. And bring the toes in. Relax the arms down. And sit down or lie down on your back. Let the legs catch a break and recover after all these strong poses. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for joining. If you have any feedback, please let me know. Hopefully you're feeling the legs getting stronger and stronger. A lot of the yoga therapy we do is lying down on the ground, so this is always good to do something specific to strengthen your legs. I hope you enjoyed and have a good day. See you soon. Thank you.